Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel NonFictionSummary. Enjoy the video and don't forget to leave a like and tell us your opinion about the topic in the comments section. Knowing your objectives and what you want to achieve is the first step to success. Think about your goals for a moment, and then consider the steps necessary to get there. If you're serious about achieving those objectives, you must make a significant effort, right? You need to have excellent self-discipline to stay on course and push yourself forward. You must have the self-discipline to accept full accountability for your activities and to persevere in the face of any challenges. In reality, having excellent self-control will help you succeed in all aspects of your life, from helping you develop stronger relationships to boosting your productivity at work to even managing your finances. In contrast, if you lack self-control, you're more likely to experience low self-esteem, struggle to understand what you need to succeed, and struggle to restrain your urges. Self-disciplined persons also have higher self-esteem. They have faith in their ability to succeed. After all, how can you expect to do anything if you lack confidence? Let's now examine how you might improve your self-discipline. Cognitive behavior, such as adaptability, memory, impulse control, and social behavior, is controlled by the prefrontal cortex, a region of the brain. This also entails self-control behaviors like defining priorities, establishing goals, and eliminating distractions. Studies have revealed that choosing judgments that will benefit you in the long run as opposed to ones that would give you immediate gratification causes your prefrontal cortex to become more active. This is especially intriguing because it implies that developing self-discipline is a learned ability. By concentrating on the previously listed cognitive processes, you exercise this area of your brain and improve your self-discipline. Your self-discipline gets stronger as you carry on making wise judgments, but it gets smaller if you keep making bad choices. It's also conceivable that you're being hindered by something else. The following section will reveal what it is. Do you ever feel as though something outside of yourself is preventing you from achieving your objectives? There is. It's called your status quo bias. Your status quo bias is a group of unfavorable traits that have an impact on your psychology and keep you from pursuing your goals in the first place or even accomplishing them. The sunk cost fallacy is the first of these factors. This explains why people frequently stay in a scenario just because it's what they're accustomed to. A toxic relationship or a toxic work environment, for example, despite their yearning for change, they cannot overcome their dread of the future. Loss aversion is the second component. People frequently avoid change because they are unsure of whether it will eventually be to their advantage. It's simpler to think that a change will worsen their situation than make their life better. The third is the fear of regret, which is related to both the loss aversion theory and the sunk cost fallacy. Despite having a clear idea of what they want to accomplish, a person could hesitate because of regret. The just exposure impact is the last one. This explains the phenomenon that increases your likelihood of accepting and enjoying something the more you experience it. Your status quo bias may keep you secure and risk-free, but it will prevent you from accomplishing your objectives. So be aware of the times when your status quo bias is preventing you from moving forward and use your critical thinking abilities to do so. Developing habits. What distinguishes successful people from others who are less successful? Contrary to popular belief, the solution is more straightforward than you may imagine. They have daily rituals. However, to modify your habits, you must first acknowledge that the ones you now have are ineffective. You might not even be aware of the detrimental effects your habits or behavioral patterns are having on you. So it's crucial to train your mind to discern what works and what doesn't for you. By doing that, you can get rid of negative, outdated behaviors and create new, constructive ones. At least 3 specific habits, such as thankfulness, self-control, and daily routines, are adopted by successful, disciplined people. Self-control and gratitude are closely related to one another. In one study, for instance, participants were given the option to take a smaller payment right away after finishing a task or a greater payment later on. The participants showed more restraint in holding off on taking the larger amount of money the more appreciative they were. But what exactly does thankfulness entail? Simply expressed, it means to express gratitude and appreciation, which is a habit we might all benefit from developing. It's simple for us to take the little things in life for granted, but we ought to value them more. Why not make it a practice to list 5 things for which you are grateful each night before bed and think about them? You don't need to make any major lifestyle changes to change your habits. You can initially start changing your habits by establishing a regular regimen, particularly for the morning and evening. A solid nighttime routine can help you get a decent night's sleep, which in turn will help you lessen the tension you'll carry into the next morning. A good morning routine can increase your productivity levels during the day. Why not give these 2 recommendations a try in your nightly routine? Caffeine should be avoided after a specific hour in the evening, and an hour before bedtime, all electronics should be turned off. Both of these are probably going to make it easier for you to have a more restful night's sleep and wake up the following morning feeling more revived and prepared. Reading and prayer or meditation are two particular morning habits that successful people like Bill Gates and Oprah Winfrey have adopted into their schedules. In the part after this one, we'll examine meditation in further detail. Zen and mindfulness. Zen derives from Buddha's teachings. It provides a solid foundation for living a disciplined life. Zen Buddhists stress the importance of concentrating on the here and now rather than the past or the future. They contend that the past is what it is and that we cannot change it. It is merely a compilation of our memories and impressions. Moreover, what about the future? Well, it hasn't happened yet, so we shouldn't limit our current activities out of self-imposed fear of what it might bring. When we dwell on unfavorable prospects for the future, we let fear control us and limit us in the here and now. According to Zen philosophy, we have the power to manage our thoughts and direct them toward appreciating the current moment's events. This doesn't imply acquiring what you desire right away. Rather, it refers to postponing gratification to reap the benefits in the long run. Zen meditation makes people feel calmer, less stressed, and more capable of making wiser judgments. You can stay calm during nervous times by using breathing techniques related to it, and being aware of your thoughts will enable you to steer them toward what matters to you. You can develop inner serenity if you regularly practice. There is much more to meditation than simply sitting down with your legs crossed and trying not to think of anything, despite what you may be thinking. Why not attempt the just sitting technique if you've never meditated before or if you've tried and failed? Start by sitting up straight, whether on a chair, on the floor, or in the lotus position. However, you should avoid using this method while you are asleep because napping is not meditation. Next, let your mouth loosen while maintaining your wide eyes. Focusing on a point 2 feet in front of you, keep your back straight but not rigid. Use your nose to take in air, and your mouth to exhale it. Allow your stomach to rise and fall as you breathe. Allow your breathing to calm your mind. When necessary, using this breathing technique will also assist you in controlling your anxiety. You can also investigate a method known as shikantaza. Physically, it is comparable to the just sitting strategy, but cognitively it is a little trickier. Sort through the facts while keeping your attention on the thoughts going through your head. Instead of judging yourself for what's on your mind, concentrate on what each idea means. This will eventually help you to stop allowing any unfavorable thoughts to influence you. You can just let those thoughts go and focus your attention in another direction. Regular meditation will improve your focus and keep your mind from getting distracted. Within a week, you should start to feel the advantages. Making use of your bad emotions. You'll unavoidably experience a flurry of emotions when working toward your goals, including despair, pride, wrath, courage, and frustration. The good news is that you may channel these unfavorable feelings into self-discipline. Those bad feelings might be beneficial to you. When you experience unpleasant feelings, you usually want to give up or shut down and use them as an excuse to leave difficult situations. Negative emotions shouldn't be just ignored. Doing so is unhealthy. Use them to spark a shift for the better. Try to comprehend the cause of your feelings. Keep in mind that it's very normal to feel demoralized when something you've invested time and effort into doesn't work out. However, never consider your time to be wasted because even if the outcomes aren't what you were hoping for, you are still working hard. Therefore, whenever you have any bad feelings, write them down and consider whether you need to reassess your goals. If you're feeling envious, consider the cause. If you're feeling worried, sit down and take a few deep breaths, exhaling through your mouth. Instead of concentrating on the worst-case scenario, consider the subtle actions you may do to resolve your challenging issues. Thanks for watching the video. When you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. See you next time.